right, happy Friday. Let me get started here. Um, what am I trying to do? How do? There we go. Think I'm live. How do I bring up my chat? How do I bring up the video? Live. Hmm. All right, how do I do this real fast?
Market. So if you watch the little watch.
It says I'm live. There we go. Oh, that's the problem. Let me change this. Because today is. What's today's date? Today's the 26th. Alright.
Today is what's today's date? The 26th.
Alright. There we go. Got that squared away. All right, folks. What's going on? It's Chris here, Better Investing. Um, getting ready for Thanksgiving. Yeah, let's just talk about the market real fast. So we got SPY up 4 days in a row after this nasty sell-off candle. Um, kind of locking out any folks that were you know looking for a pullback. You really didn't get one on the daily chart. You do have some wicks here that you could have got in on. Again, I took Tesla yesterday there. A little upset at how I managed my Tesla position, but I knew I wasn't going to be at the desk all day. I had running around and do it for Thanksgiving and stuff. So I kind of let the opening drive happen, set my stop at the low, and it got triggered, and I just took off for the day. Looking back, probably should have just left my stop at where it's at. But all right, let's talk about the market real fast. So we're up 4 days in a row, and what's the chance of getting back to all-time highs? Now I was just looking at this. I mean, honestly, not the best action you want to see. It looks. I mean, how can I say this? Like, it's like this action here was nasty, right? To get back up to all-time highs. And let me just change this back to yellow. Right, do that. Right, like when we got back to like when we made these all-time highs to get there, right? Pretty much like this right here, we kind of wedged up, right? But it only took us 2 weeks to recover, that candle, right? From that candle there, we were back at all-time highs, after the gap up, in 14 days or 10 trading sessions, and you say here, you take this across in 10 days, next Friday we can be back at all-time highs. I mean, could that happen? Yes. Could it not happen? No. I mean, 4 days up in a row. I was definitely thinking about going long. Some of the bulls were just like so sad that the market was going down. It was like I'm just gonna wait for it to set up, blah blah blah. Like I mean, yeah, I understand. Yeah, it wasn't the best environment definitely to get long, but I was able to get long on this day here. And I was just thinking that, hey man, it's a low volume type of environment, right? You can see the volume here on the market, right? Not really pinning in a lot of volume, during this holiday, week, right? Market closed tomorrow, market half day on Friday. Really want to see what happens on Friday. It is a half a day, but it is in the month as well. Concerns, not really if we kind of break this candle low. I think you might see like if we break, like say if we like break down, like break this. Let me do this a little bit better. Like say if we break this candle low, do something like that. Then you're gonna have some folks saying, "Oh well, we got another lower high." But I mean, honestly, yes. But I mean, it has to take out this spot right here, right? Like that's the spot it has to take out. Did my computer just freeze? No. All right, that's really like your line in the sand is back to this spot. So 650 is your line in the sand. You know, we could pull back on the market and just establish another, higher low. What's going on? Come on, people. Right? We can just pull back on the market and just establish another higher low. And I think that's what you look for. Definitely with these moving averages. I would rather see us kind of chop, honestly. Probably not what a lot of people want to hear is us chopping. But if we do decide to chop, you know, that will probably be better for us, honestly, and let these moving averages catch back up for us to kind of get that next leg up here. I'm going to check the calendar real fast. I'm wondering when the FMOC meeting is. Can't even go that far out. Wonder about earnings next week. I think AVGL reports next week. Damn, this calendar, this is all you do is give me the week. I can't see the week ahead. Jesus Christ. Right, but yeah, I mean that's honestly like really like all I see here. I'll talk about the Tesla trade real fast. So I got long Tesla around 411 yesterday after it kind of established this. This is a potential higher low. Someone else brought to my attention that when the market did pull back, we did not, or this candle did not make a new low, right? While the market made a new low. Tesla did not, but really, like I said, it was really just like if you take off the moving averages, all right. Sometimes you have your own strategy, you're thinking about things, but if you take off the moving averages, like this trend line is still intact, right? Which can induce I think a bounce. I mean, that's still a valid trend line. I'm not saying that, the trend line is what caused the market to do. I mean, caused Tesla to do what it did, but it was just a solid risk spot probably for a lot of traders, to get active on. Really, my computer is acting really slow. Oh man, I think I'm gonna put that on my Christmas list, man. Get me a new computer. I think it's about time to get a new computer. Might have to shut this thing down and restart. Let me do that. Let me first close out some of these tabs. Anytime I stream, and I got a bunch of these tabs open, it just locks up on me. Yeah, it's locked up. Alright, so we're going to close this real fast. Come on. You're already pissing me off. Close without saving. Alright, we're going to go back to Trading View real fast. Open this thing back on up. Alright. Come on. Come on, I ain't got a bunch of shit open, so the Pornhub's not open. Let me go to Force Quit. We got here. Let me close the Discord. Close my mail. Close my message. Alright, there we go. Alright, might be a little bit better. Alright, so I talk about this Tesla and about like the trade I had on it. So really, Jesus Christ, Chris. Come on. Really what I had was this right here. I think it was this open and drive right here, and I set my stop at like 418, like right below here. And then I got stopped out. And I was like thinking that this was like perhaps like when it started to recover, I was like, all right, it's starting to recover. It's damn near 9:45. You might get your 15-minute ORB guys or whatever. Probably trying to take this long. I was like, maybe this is the low of the day. And I put my low there and then undercut it, and then we finished near the highs at 426. Only good thing is that I did peel some off and paid myself on some of those runners in pre-market up here at 424, 425. So I was only left with like a very, very small amount. But it is what it is. Honestly, just to talk about the market overall, back to the market overall. I mean, I think this Tesla looks bad. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind playing this to the downside either. Like, if this wants to do something like reject off this 50-day, I can play a little short term there, and I'll fucking try to bounce it again. Like, definitely if you get something like, or the moving averages starts to catch up. right? Where the moving averages start to do something like that, you might get a situation like that, or definitely if the this happens, right? Let me do this, right? So say if you get something like this, or this does something like that, and then this crosses as well. Oh, you just got to crossover back to the upside, right? Where the 9 is sitting above the 20, right? And then anyone that was short here, they probably line in the sand is that 50 day, and that's where you get that blast off. Now you're back into this area, and then who knows what happens up there, right? But if it wants to do something like diddle around here, right? Just kind of just maybe trade sideways into here, right? Letting these moving averages catch up. It can look much better. A lot of people put a precedence and like it's below the 50, but this is an inclining 50. Right? Yeah, it's starting to flatten out, but right, it's not sloping down. Right? It doesn't look like. Let's go to BABA for example. Well, no, BABA doesn't even go down. I'm trying to think of a stock that's probably below its 50-day moving average that's sloping down. Maybe like a RKLB, maybe. No. I can't think of one right now, but yeah, I think Friday's close is going to be important, but again, it's a half day, so I don't know how much to really put on that. Outside of that, I mean, I really don't have much to talk about. A lot of stocks, did well today. Here you got this Bitcoin, right? This at a critical spot, right? Now, this could bear flag for a little while. Right now, it's opportunity to reject at the EMA 9, did not trigger to the downside, didn't break that low, right? So now we're just, flagging into potential areas where it could potentially, maybe break back down, but at the same time, it did reclaim, that 90,000 psych level. I don't know if it's a technical level on the chart, really. I mean, you could say you got 89.4. Yeah, it's not really like a technical level I had, but maybe this has put in a bottom down here, and you start to get a rally. Like here's a 50-day that's declining, right? Right, price is well below the 50, and this is declining. So that's what I was trying to say about the Tesla. I mean, I don't even know what to really look at honestly because everything's probably up. Same thing, right? Breakout, hold the 50-day. This is not actually broke above the trend, but IWM has kind of been the one that's leading the way, right? Leading. What is it? What does it tell us? It tells us more rate cuts are on the way, right? And I think the probability is definitely flipped. I don't follow them exactly, but I think the probability's flipped. But this is up 4 days in a row, so it's kind of hard to get long now, and that's where you get the chasing to start to happen. But yeah, let's just go look at some more big stocks. Really, AMD still below the 9 and the 20, below a rising 50-day. Um, Nothing really changes there. This Apple, trying to break out, but man, you can see it stalling here. A lot of people are trying to take this breakout. It just isn't working. I think this pulls back. Um, Looking at Amazon, right? This could be a situation. I wouldn't say on the market, but let me see. Let me go back to SPY real fast. We go look at SPY. Not at the moving averages, but kind of that wedge up where it kind of resets. This doesn't. I mean, it held the 200. It's just in a chop, really. Google, um, nothing to say about that. It's an uptrend. Um, Same thing. These aren't. I can see where people can be a little concerned looking at some of these charts. They don't look the best. Oracle, damn, hit my alert and I had got that alert this morning too, and sold off $6. So like, this is something like I had that alert there. I don't know where that alert came from. Oh, that's why it's the 200 day. It had to be the 200. It had to be something else too. Yeah, I mean that's just I don't know. I don't know how I would play that. Oh, we don't. I don't have a way to play that. Just sold off on the door. Yeah, doesn't look good. All right, take a look at Microsoft. I talked about this. You know, you remember me talking about this. Mm, I'm finna. I think I talked about it back here. Like I liked this pattern. Um, it was this that I like. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's just play this out. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna leave this right here. I'm pretty sure I talked about it. Like this is a nice pattern. I think I had this level, like this four. It was like this area right here. This 476. But I mean this made it nasty though. So this is where like it technically invalidates. So it's kind of hard to play this unless you just pick a low. It breaks, but this doesn't break over into the. Not, I mean, it's hard for me to really want to play this because like, I mean, here's your higher low on the hourly, and yeah, it blast off, but that's like right before the close, so like you don't really have any cushion, to take this, to swing this into the next day, and then it just rips, pre-market and fucking 8 o'clock, it rips, damn near 10 points. Um, but yeah, it doesn't look bad. I mean, maybe you can get a higher low in the session, but maybe that higher low comes not at 3 o'clock. Right? This is just ripping. Um, but yeah, I mean, not too much to really say about a lot of stuff, honestly. Um, like, see me, like I like little stupid shit like this. Mm, not that much. But I don't know, man. This thing could small risk, but yeah. I don't know. Let me go look at the daily. Ugh. I mean, I bought it here. And then I sold some here, and then I held to earnings, never got stopped out, and sold here. I wish. Nope. Yeah, I don't really have a lot. Let me go take a look back at this fall earnings list because this list was hot. This is the chart that watch list I got from somebody, a chart master. Just a lot of good shit on here. Um, Probably something I need to take a look at later. I'll just go through my master watch list real fast, see if I see anything. Um, let's start there. Let's go look at the sectors. No, I tell you, man, that biotech is just crazy. You definitely need to probably set up again. 4 days, wedging up. And this is kind of your location. If it's going to fade, it should be somewhere here. Home builders, doesn't look bad. Breaking out of this trend. Materials. Shit. Tell you, man, the market changing quick. Ever evolving. Staples. This was interesting to see IGV software kind of finish red today. This would have finished much better. Let me see. What do they have in their ETF again? Check their holdings. Palantir, Microsoft, it's the Salesforce is fucking them up. And this is why, like I said, I was short Salesforce. I'm not short anymore, but I might have to short this again. ServiceNow. Like, these are two nasty charts here. Salesforce and ServiceNow are two of the nastiest charts in this ETF. So you go look at CRM. And I think when I looked at it this morning, it was back down again, right? Well, inside day, pop back into the moving average. You got your rejection right there into the EMA 20. Digging back down, right? Get in here, he stops high a day. Look at that. Right, and I had this level lined out because this level's it's been a level, right? You can see it right here when it popped into it. You can see right here when it held. See right here, it kind of undercut it. Right, bunch of undercuts right here. Now you have a level and you just figure out like that's a risk spot, right? It's all about managing risk and giving yourself opportunities, right? For me, like this is something I would take. Looking at on a 5 minute right here at 231.65, risking $1. Not even $1. 65 cents. If you want to give it up here, it's $1. You're short 100 shares. You short 100. You risk $100, and you get a move like that. Right, you're risking $100. You're in right here. All right. So if you get a little bit of slippage, you're in right here. There's no reason to get out this on a 5 minute. Right, bar by bar. 400 bucks. 500 bucks. 5 to 1 R. Yeah, but this a nasty looking chart. Really, I not much to talk about. It's Thanksgiving. I'm probably just gonna hop off of this. After I just go through a few stocks, see if I see anything that I really truly like. Probably not, honestly. I'm pretty sure I'm not. I'm probably better off doing something like going to my screeners. And let's go to what I like to look at. I do look at this. I look at EMA's above price real fast and see how many I get. EMA's above price, right? That's bearish. Get 264. And when I go EMA's below price, right, I get 924, right? So 924 stocks right now I'm trading above their 9 and their 20. And this is where I probably want to like look at and see, what stocks looks the best. Pepsi doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. See why people are looking at it now. Not the best stocks you would want to trade, though. I tell you that. These aren't stocks you really want to trade. Let me turn on my ATR real fast. ATR, average to range. Nope, I want to do ATR percentage. Turn that on. Add that filter. Let's go manual setup above 3%. All right, now I get 500 stocks. Whoa. Why is this on here? Oh, yeah, it's above. It's EMA 9 and 20. This hood was nice. This was a nice move. Yeah, I'd probably be best if I just come back and look at this later, sometime over the weekend. Let me just look at what did Twilio do today, because this is the one I was really wanting to get active in. Did this pull back? Okay, there we go. I'd love for this to pull back a little bit more, maybe catch it off the EMA. They're risking like a dollar right now. If this wants to be a higher low, right, and it triggers and breaks over this candle high right here, 129, you still got a good risk to reward back up to these highs. Yeah, see how that plays out. But yeah, that's I do not have much to talk about, honestly. Not much to talk about. I do have my stocks that I'm watching. Damn, this ripped into the end of the day. This stock has some range, bro. Has a $13 ATR on a $100 stock. It moves 12%. Like I see why people say they want stocks that has a high ATR. You want something that moves, right? For day trade, yeah, you need it to move. NBIS. Then I want to look at these SNDK. Don't I have I put another. I'm trying to build out a little bit better with my buckets. Goddamn AOI. CIN. Damn. I remember looking at, yeah, I had this all mapped out. I remember looking at this. Here's your lagger. Not doing shit. LIT, light. Yeah, I'm just looking through real fast, see how the market closed. I wasn't here at the bell. Yeah, you kind of see software was kind of nasty a little bit. Still a little nasty on the software. Where are these guys rotating to? Semis look good. Solar look good. FSLR look good. That was a nice move. I'm just not a breakout. I'm not really a breakout guy unless it has a catalyst. No catalyst. I'm not really a fan of it. If it sets up like this and it has news, then yeah, I'll buy gap up. All right, that'll really get the people going. You can see this move on low volume. I wonder how the chart looked though. Damn, not fucking bad. Couple opportunities there. A couple opportunities to get long. Hey, it's something you probably get stopped out. Like me, so like me, like I'm very particular. Like if I would try to get in, I would get in on this candle, not this candle here, but I'll get in, right above here. And rest right down into the EMAs. Like just don't undercut the EMAs. Don't undercut the EMAs. Just don't undercut the. Like that's me. Risk very little bit, right? Looking to capture a move, right? And again, I can go in with 100 share. I'm saying, all right, or even here, like it's not bad. Right? The thing is, it gaps us. So this shit was probably spready as fuck. Honestly, it's probably was spready as fuck. I wonder what the volume looked like. Yeah, it's not no volume. 3K. Yeah, never mind. I'm just looking at the chart, but when you see it in real time, and see how slow it probably moved, and then probably the spread was probably nasty. SYM symbolic look good. Yeah. This sector is smoke right now. Rare earths. Really, it's this MP I'm watching. Oh, what did this CCJ do? I just need a set alert over 89. I might take this long. It's very small risk. Like if this gets back up to here, it just, oh my god. You just size right. Above 89. This can get like a catalyst. She's a rock star. I don't know how people trade this you. This motherfucker is nasty. Has some nasty red days on it. See, it's just some nasty red days. Like, ugh. Random ass nasty red days. Go check on my long term. This thing got nasty. We might got a turn here. Might got a turn. Dang, this thing, man, when it moves, it moves. Like, from here, fucking 192%. Think percentages. Don't think dollars. Think percentages. But yeah, I want to take this short. I don't. I really do want to take this fucking stock short, and it might be setting up. We go short. You can see it on a line chart. A little cleaner. Let me get a close below that shit. I'll fucking short it. Has a look. Has a look. Has a look to it. And the thing is, like, it's not just like, oh, you're picking on this stock, but I mean, honestly, the entire sector looks bad. Only one that looked good was Viking Holdings, and I would be scared to play this honestly because of how the sector looks. And when it came to just cruise lines, like, here's your 4 cruise lines. 3 out of 4 are all below the. Am I missing one? Royal, Norwegian. I don't think I'm missing any other cruise line. No, this had a day. This had a day on it. For earnings, godly. Gotta add this to the earnings. It's already on there. Good job, Chris. Yeah, I'm just filtering through. I need to go back and see what was the day that Trump came out and said he's gonna lighten up tariffs. Because I noticed that once he said that, some of these like restaurants started to turn, but they're not. I mean, they don't look the best. How my Zim doing? Alright. Oh, maybe get back up to 25. Yeah, I mean, that's really about it, honestly. Not much to really talk about. Yeah, I don't have much to talk about. All right, folks, peace. God bless.